coming about?
Yeah, right you are. Well, we're going to get into it right now. So big welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Washington, D.C., and it's Imperial versus Vitality. Starting off right now, the first round on Overpass with Imperial. And they're going to be fighting on that T side. Vitality on the CT side. Do love a good Overpass map. I know you're a fan of the map as well, Maui.
Oh, I love Overpass. It's gotten a little bit of hate just because of the slow play that some teams like to employ. But I'll tell you something, Outsiders, Virtus Pro, they're not in this tournament, so you don't have to worry about that. We might get some action-packed rounds here. And we can see, though, Imperial, they are seemingly taking a page out of the Jame book, taking their time with this default. But the reason that I love Overpass, Anders, is just every time you see a default start, you know what's going through the IGL's head.
Yes.
Every single time they're doing a heavy A lean, connector lean, 2-1-2, doesn't matter. You know what that plan means, and you should know basically how to set your expectations for that round, which is why mid-rounding on this map, to me, is the most interesting in Counter-Strike. So many possibilities, so many options. A nice shot to kick things off from Cello.
Yeah, the P250 coming into full effect. Spinks hits the deck right away, and a little bit exposed, and Cello will take him down. This is a great start. The flashbang to set it up. Fallen on the assist there, but Apex is fighting back. Another kill might have actually made the difference. Dupree's going to be going down last. It's Cello to pick it up, and it will be... How did they actually try to flash their way and go aggressive outside of the B-bomb side? And because I think Bolts was holding it, he sort of realized what was going on. I think that's also maybe why they slowed it down, is they actually realized there was some aggression coming from the CT side. So they maybe were also just, they were waiting to see what Vitality were actually doing, but they handled it so well. I mean, the fall back through the connector and everything, well done. We've got an MP9, a Scout, and a couple of Deagles, 3 of them in fact, across the map here for Vitality. So definitely where they could do some real damage. Getting that MP9 up close. Vinny's on the other side. Ooh, I think they both opened the door then. Yeah, both of them trying to get in, but Spinks nailing him right through that opening. And so, Vitality, 5 versus 4 advantage. This is getting a little bit hairy for Imperial because they're walking into a 3-man B lean from Vitality. And Dupree, oh, you've seen him work magic here before. Down to 37 seconds. It's Bolts to pick up the first one there, and Mega's not going to be able to hit the shot either, so some good returns coming in here on the Imperial side of things. Kind of getting a little bit of control back in the round. It was starting to look a bit sketchy. And good basic Counter-Strike. Smoking up these positions. You have the grenades. Why not try and use them? Why not make sure you're not going to get 1D'd or scouted away in the round? And already Vitality have made the call to just fall back and say we're not going to try and fight for this any longer. Although Jodo is actually out on the hunt. This could be interesting. You might actually get a kill here. Oh, he's lying in wait right behind the rock. ZywOo, he's going to tuck into the bathrooms. And Jota, yeah, he finds Apex. And ZywOo definitely wants to keep his scout into the next round, give his team a win condition. Will he even be able to, though? Just dancing. These players, they're still hunting, though. And ZywOo, there's no way he's going to keep that alive. 2-0 start for Imperial off of the back of elimination. And even though Vitality found that opening pick in water, they actually decided to retreat into the site, try to just consolidate, keep their numbers intact, try to play the trade game, but with all of the rifles or all of the Deagles, it's a small little bonus, right? You're just making sure that the next round is going to be a little bit less lethal. You're not going to be running into ZywOo with the Scout or anything like that. So, pretty good position to be in right now. Imperial looking to get a 3rd round here. This should be the easier of the rounds. You can see they're well aware that someone could be hiding back here. Megas looking for more than just a single headshot. Actually, he's done a great job. Fallen gets picked off. That's just a USP, but he's able to get the job done anyway. I think this is a good time to just talk about the fact that Vitality, I mean, it's a little bit of what Maniac said on the desk, so maybe potential championship hangover, not coming into this tournament fully prepared. I was able to actually talk to these guys in an interview before, just yesterday, in fact, and they said after the major, they took a bit of a break, a handful of days off, but then they did get back into scrimming in the last week. All right. So they were going to give themselves some time to celebrate and then come back with a little bit of renewed vigor. But kind of what's tough with this Vitality team is, where is the motivation coming from now? Where are you actually, when you were grinding so hard to win that Paris major, that was the pinnacle, the zenith of Vitality achievement as an organization, to win your home country's major. What is a DC event to you? And that's where you might see Vitality not in that same major championship form. And
who knows? Imperial, they've got a lot to play for as individuals right now.
Yes, they do. Well, I mean, you have to think this is. I think it's an interesting question, but it's got to be playing for the era, of playing for the legacy, trying to say maybe we can start something here. Because it's really been a minute since we've had a real era for anybody to pick up, right? It's become sort of a very, very difficult thing to do, to stay consistent for 3 or 4 or 5 months at this point.
The second longest map win streak in CSGO history, and Vitality, like Maniac also brought up, have a chance to catch up to that. And we'll see if it's stopped by Imperial, though. 3-0 start for them, and Vitality have to fight back. You don't want to lose the first gun round on the most CT-sided map in the professional pool. That would not be the way you want to go, but it's going to be a little bit difficult, given that ZywOo, starting off 0-3, best player in the world, not even equipping his signature weapon in the AWP. And he's getting a bit frisky. Vinny's lying in wait right here at the connector. End of the tunnel, and it's going to be good enough. Great off angle from Vinny, and the 5v4 lies with Imperial.
Yeah, nice position to find. I was going to say a little bit of a bonus round for him personally with a MAC-10, but able to find the kill and just pick up the gun right away. So he'll take that fight every single time. And they still have a minute on the clock. You said this is a very readable map, obviously, especially when you got a mini-map like we do observing the game, but you can see they're leaning heavily towards that A side right now.
And that's where ZywOo lies in wait. Yet to put a kill on the board, but great opportunity for him in this one. He's got a full belt of utility. Looks like he's going to start deploying some of those nades. And yeah, 30 seconds. I think Imperial have chosen the site that they want to contest, and they're smoking ZywOo off the angle. He might be able to find a way to work around this smoke. Yeah, this might be a cheeky one-way for him. So expect him to inflict some serious damage if that stays.
That second smoke, though, is huge. That kind of stops the one-way. Otherwise, I agree, he would have had someone to play with. Apex is running out there. Surprised that he's still alive, and it's only going to be for a second as well. Joda to get a crucial kill. 8 seconds on the clock right now, but the bomb is being planted, and they can't really stop it. ZywOo on the other side of the boxes. He hasn't even really bothered to reload yet. dupree's going to be there to try and help him out, but ZywOo, he's so close. And low on health is Vinny, taken care of by dupreeh instantly, and a 2-on-2 here for the afterplant, but how did they get this one? They don't have a kit. They don't have any smokes or anything. Oh, wait a minute. They did pick up a kit, so maybe there is a chance. Missed shot there. The T-fuse happens in front. My God, that's going to be one of the most unlikely ways to win that round. Nobody really challenged from the Imperial side.
No way. They just thought it was a fake hand. dupreeh with the defuse, with the stick. No smoke on the bomb. Just ZywOo on top as a turret, a sentinel over his fellow teammate, and it works out. That's got to feel a little bit foolish if you're Imperial. Just all you needed to do was peek a little bit wider, double peek right there. But that's almost just such a gutsy play that you would never expect it. What a way to get the first on the board. Oh!
What a way to get a first kill this time. Bolts right for the smoke as Magus just walks into a hail of bullets. 4 versus 5 in this one. That happens so early. What kind of decision do you make if you're Vitality here? They've got 2 on A, 2 on B. Are you likely to keep this kind of setup for a full minute?
If you're a team like Heroic, you would go for a play pretty quickly after this. You would try to respond. You would try to find some way back in. Common CT meta theory does state you should try to even things out. You cannot play with a 4v5 disadvantage and just hope. Just wish and wait. You can't just sit on your hands. But Vitality, they haven't really outlined what it is that they want to do just yet. We see a little bit of a shift in terms of the defense towards that A side. You would expect there to be a bit of a push, but it looks like they're very comfortable with these off angles that they've chosen. Very strong angles, but without any significant information, this really means that Imperial is in the driver's seat here.
Yeah, dupree's alone down here. That's kind of the sacrifice that they made. And look at how deep they're running. He's actually doing a good job of hiding himself, but he's still going to be found out. And Vinny will take him out. And that might be the round almost done. A little bit of pressure put on the other side. Spinks trying to get the multi-spray down, but it's not going to be possible. And ZywOo's on a bit of an island out here. 16 seconds. It's kind of awkward. If he actually found the bomb on this corner, there might still be a way to win it. Oh, he's found 1 and 2, but fallen with the spin around.
Double burst, and then neither of the players actually falling. Feels like Vitality are still finding themselves in this one. That's a great...
Yeah, more power to him. Fallen historically and throughout all its, as long as I've been watching Counter-Strike, all the way back in the 1.6 days. He's always been one of my favorite AWPers, and there's definitely been ups and downs in his career, but he's just so much fun to watch play. It's just always a good time. Gonna get the assist again, setting up the flashbang for Cello to get that one. And with no real money on the side of Vitality, this could be a bit of a brutal start here to their CT side. Cello is going to keep on doing some damage. Apex finding a slight gap just over the smoke there. But this still should be a very winnable round for the Imperial side. In fact, they're going to spot up the boost right away. Oh, and Cello is cleaning it up. That's an ace. He just won the round on his own. Job.
That's a great round from him. Mechanically, very strong stuff. And it really feels like right now, you can tell to just be grinding. The Major taught us a valuable lesson that if you are playing officials day in and day out, you're in match-ready form immediately once you hit LAN.
Yeah, those slow starts have really come back to haunt a lot of different teams. And that's kind of what Vitality are experiencing at the moment here. 5-1. This is what sets you up to eventually lose a map because you just can't claw it back at the end of it. Their economy is stretched so thin, they're barely able to pick it up. You mentioned earlier, we're not seeing ZywOo with his signature weapon, and that's going to continue to be true for a while here.
That is really peculiar, actually. Okay, Spinks wants to beat the Molly. ZywOo doesn't need the op to find the first kill. This is the first time Vitality have found the first kill in a gun round. So we'll see if that actually solidifies their defense. Now there is a reason to just play back, turtle up. But actually, it feels like they want to go for a play. They're going to go for a smoke fade, it looks like, towards Monster. Or at least they were considering it. And yeah, with the man advantage, going for a risky play like that is ill-advised.
Especially when you got ZywOo pushing up behind them on the other side, right? If you push in through that tunnel and you get killed, then you're kind of selling out ZywOo's flank, which is looking really good. What a flashbang timing on that one. Megis, that's such an easy kill. They might never actually need the flank. ZywOo's play might be all for nothing at this point in time. And I guess he can just wait. If he shows them that he's doing this, they're going to be aware of it later. But if they can just get the kill on Fallen without it, all right, he's going to walk right into it. So instantly dead. But yeah, great play from Vitality.
That opening kill from ZywOo, and if Spinks weren't in the connector, you would likely not expect ZywOo to go for a swing like that. But because there was...
Running right through, they actually do put out the Molotov. They're still taking a bit of damage. The setup here looks good defensively. Fallen's going to burn out Megis, get the barrels. And Dupree, yeah, he's feeling a bit lonesome. He does have some backup out here. Tech9 on Bolts is on the other side. Vinny and Fallen probably will have to create the main distraction, although Tech9, this is definitely where it does some work. Good headshots coming through, and Bolts, he'll continue taking down Dupree. And suddenly Apex is on his own. How did the Tech9 do that much damage? We'll never know. Vinny's going to get that last one, but that is such a lot of efficiency from...
I think Vitality might have just believed that there was nobody there because they had that short player in Dupree, but no, that space was not clear.
They're so happy. This is great.
It's Bolts that snatches it away. Signature weapon for Apex in the Scout. Feels a little weird to say, but he loves equipping it.
Yeah, it's true. He does.
Oh, triple nade. Oh, very nice from Imperial.
Boom. Well, assuming that not much is going to happen here on the Vitality side, I've got a bit of a question. It's been a discussion that that's been sort of bubbling up in my mind a bit. The kind of Counter-Strike that we saw that did really well, especially at the European RMR, with some of these teams like Monty and Into the Breach that came out and just played like really confident and really, say, like just duel-heavy Counter-Strike, like so confident in some of those younger players. That feels like the kind of Counter-Strike that the Brazilian Counter-Strike was, you know, if we wind time back to like 2016 or something like that. It feels like this era of Counter-Strike, the Brazilian scene should really embrace. So where is it at? It feels like they've spent so long trying to adjust to the European meta, and now that the meta switched to there, like I want to see wild Brazilian Counter-Strike come back where they think they can beat everyone, and at one point in time they could.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a case where Fallen introduced some of those ideas into the space, and with just the star power we've seen from some of those kind of tier 2 teams. Wait, okay, let's see if this gets interesting first before we unpack that discussion. So I was still here with an AK. Second kill for him, but Fallen takes him down. Okay, I think things have settled. Spinks on the other bomb site doesn't really have an in on this round. But yeah, the point you bring up there with Into the Breach, with Monty, the fact that they really just use these singular spear tip attacks and entrust people like Cypher and people like Boros to do a lot of the heavy lifting to find a way in every single round, it does put a lot of emphasis and a lot of weight on the shoulders of the individuals. And to me, someone like Fallen would want to try to have something that's a little bit more system focused, open the map up with a little bit more structure. And I don't think there's necessarily a bad case for that either, because on the other side of things, we have Gamer Legion and Apex that had deep runs at the major, and to me, they were a lot more structured. It's almost just that we had two different styles that were fun.
For later on in the year, for now, Imperial are doing really good work. 7-2. They got the economy in that awkward position. They're going to be taking out Spinks at the start of this round. And Saiwu, he's finally got his trusty AWP. It looked like he tried to stab him with the M4 instead of shooting him. 4 versus 3 in this one, as Saiwu does announce the fact that he's got the AWP. Do you really want to challenge him? Jota, it doesn't seem like a good idea. You know how quick he can be.
No, we see that Imperial, they're letting the round settle a bit, waiting for the mid-round from Fallen. Trying to see if they can circumnavigate this AWP of Zaiwu. Don't want to just give him a freebie. And yeah, Jota, he's going to exercise quite a bit of caution here. And Imperial, they're going to go for their standard map control procedures, but the flashback is there. But oh no, Zaiwu, uncharacteristic miss, and it actually looked like he didn't have body armor. Aim punch might have played a big factor in that one. And now things just get even easier for Imperial. They can let the doubt settle in for Vitality. Yep, and Magisk, just no great answers for him in that round.
Definitely not.
Well constructed, though, for Imperial. Good opening attack towards that fountain. And then Cello, I don't know, the second kill was a little bit crazy, just jumping through the smoke against Apex. But if he feels that strong individually, it's like what we're talking about with people like Cypher and Boros. Just sometimes you just let them off the leash.
Yeah, and I think, again, for me, that's what I associate with Brazilian Counter-Strike. That's what I think about, like that off-the-leash kind of Counter-Strike that can really roll over whole teams. And it is so much fun. I really love watching it. So, not saying they have to give up all of the structure or anything like that. And I kind of agree with what you said. I don't think Fallen is the kind of influence. Like, he is going to want to keep some of the structure a little bit for sure, but you know, if you got the mechanics for it, why not try and see if you can, you know, start what they wanted.
Yeah, right now, for the side of Vitality, it just feels like if that first duel is not being taken by Zal, it's not like they're even trying to avoid him necessarily, given that he usually plays the A-bomb site, but they're doing a good job on these openers. And on top of that, it's easy if you're a younger, a newer team with less veteran presence to give up the 5v4s, but Fallen has just done such a great job in the majority of these gun rounds. I think they've only lost 1 5v4 so far. And Vitality, yeah, they only have 2 rounds, so that is great stuff to see potentially an upset in this first map.
Yeah, it is, and like you said, very CT-sided map, so being up this much, they've laid it out all out. They just need to make sure they keep this up, right? Don't let Vitality back into the game at all in this first half. Because there's still something to salvage, right? If Vitality get up to 6 rounds somehow in this first half, there's still something to fight for. It's not going to be done yet. They tried to boost in Connector, and now they've tried to boost inside of the B-bomb side, and they found absolutely nothing for it yet. They've got a couple of M4s to play around with here, but Imperial are really slowing this down to a crawl, and that's probably the right move, to be honest.
There's just so much doubt for Vitality right now. They're flying in the dark. They basically just turtled up onto bomb sites or hoping for one of their setups to find an opening kill, and that's one way to do it. The map boost to support Dupree, and it'll actually be Zaiwu that finds the first. Okay, we've got to get a good flash right here, and there it is. Okay, Cello spots them both out, and that is going to be an easy cleanup. Actually, Jota coming in from behind to get 2, and that is Vitality out of the round. Great setup from Imperial. They went for a little bit of a prod towards that B bomb site, losing bolts early on in this one, but as soon as they recognized that it wasn't a 5-man hit towards that A side, they were ready to spring.
And the spray initially looked a little bit questionable, but you know what? It doesn't matter. They got the job done, and they got the flashbangs in. I mean, I don't have stats for it, but I feel like almost every single entry they've had so far, Fallen has been the flash assist on that one. You see it up on the little kill feed all the time. Just Fallen throwing the flashes left and right. It's pretty sick. Apex trying to save the AK down here at the B bomb site. Looks like he's going to be able to do that. but it doesn't change the fact that we're looking at a 9-2 scoreline in favor of Imperial. What were the odds? This is a little bit worrisome, surely. Oh my god. He threw the grenade and shot him before it even landed. Look at, yeah, double assist for Fallen on the flashes.
Yeah. Yeah, great stuff.
Going to be a little bit one-sided with Vitality probably just kind of walking over Imperial here. And it's anything but. I love this. I much prefer showing up to work and being wrong about those kind of assumptions. I feel like if I show up and I'm like, this is going to be really one-sided, and then excited what happens, it's a little bit deflating. You're like, oh, okay. One-sided game, it's pretty predictable. It's not that interesting. This is way more fun.
No one likes to go through life with full predictability. Oh, okay, that's a nice spray. Wow. Dupree eating a hunk of lead.
Look at the stack that they've got down here at the bomb side. They got 4 people well equipped and everything else. There's the flash through it again. Fallen with the assist. I've got to point it out. Cello's obviously doing the hard work mechanically, but it is really, really great grenade users that's coming out as well. Spinks alone on the bomb side, trying to see if he can handle it. Oh, Cyber's up on top, and he's going to hit one more shot. Can he find Joda? He is fearless right now. Jumping down on the low ground. Does Joda even realize it will not matter? Cyber, an absolute madman.
Find the 5v4 advantage. It's the individuals from Vitality that were able to dance and skirt around that bomb site to make things so difficult and take so much longer, even though Vitality...
Cyber, that last round doesn't catch him sleeping at all ever. He's just so crisp right now. And now that he's finally got the AWP, maybe there will be a chance. I'm still going to say, I think 9-6, and I think Vitality have every chance in the world of getting back into this game. Imperial, they've been looking really good, but you got to think as well. They should be a huge underdog right here now, and it could crumble faster than you think, even with this kind of a lead. We'll see. Spinks trying to do it, but Fallen's going to be able to catch him, and that leaves Cyber in a very weird position. Would you hunt him down? Oh, he's going to actually escape right now. Okay. No hunt being allowed for.
Oh, okay. Vinny was able to find Apex towards the A site. This puts ZywOo in a very awkward position because he knows he's trapped right now, and Vinny's right on the other side of this map. Oh, jump spots there, and Jota peeking from the lower angle. Nothing ZywOo could do about that one, but the bomb is down. Okay, now things get really tricky. If Magist finds this kill, but no, Cello quick on the cleanup. These riflers are so sharp for Imperial right now. Not a lot Dupree can even do in this situation. As soon as Vinny finds him, I'm sure that Imperial will easily maneuver in this 3 versus 1. And yeah, it's a pretty quiet game from Dupree thus far. Nate will do some good damage, but not quite enough to find the kill.
Yeah, it could have been. If it landed right on top of Cello, I think he could have killed him, but unfortunately not much he could do. They're going to re-smoke that sniper position, so he's just going to have to save the M4. I think maybe try and find the AWP out here if it's still available. Should be 10 rounds for Imperial. That shot from Joda was beautiful. You're right. That shows you a lot about kind of like the mental game of it. You're expecting to have a fight up close. Even though his crosshair was really nearby where Joda was, your brain just doesn't register it in time.
No, your eyes are just so keyed into the angle that you think is going to be swung on next that, yeah, like you're saying, mechanically, that wasn't going to be a hard shot for ZywOo, but with the context and the misdirection that Vinny was throwing his way, this is where Imperial, though, feel really comfortable. Definitely feels like you're playing with house money in this half. Might see some riskier plays coming out from them. But I'll say this, when we were covering the Americas RMR, there was a game between Imperial and Team 1, and they 15-0'd the half. And we thought, surely they're going to break. Surely they're going to lose some of that composure, that they're going to start going and taking some individual liberties, but they never did the entire half. They have great procedures and great steps of staging when it comes to overpass, and they go through them so diligently every time they play it. That's why they picked this map, and that's why they felt confidence going against Vitality, even though they're the world #1.
I mean, we've seen it. Some of the fights obviously won, like the one that Vinny just managed to pick up here, that's great, but a lot of them have really been, like you see it with the grenade setups, with the flashes coming in, like they really know what they're doing here. And it's been paying off. Get the opening. Ooh, almost a follow-up. Bolts probably could have had that one. Looked like a little bit of panic almost. Not sure why. Spinks able to get him in return, and now they're going to be approaching the A-bomb site. Cyber flashed out again, fallen on the double assist there, as Joda will get both the kills, and Spinks and Meg is just left trying to save the weapons that they have into the 15th round.
What a brilliant conversion from Imperial once again. Just both of those players flash off the angle. Jota is the one that gets the kills. Him and Cello combined have 30 kills, and this half is not even over. That is ridiculous stuff. Goes to show, though, it's not just the individual efforts from Cello that Fallen once again with the double flash assist. I bet Fallen's up to 10 flash assists in this half.
It's got to be at least that, yeah.
I feel like it's almost double digits, if not already there. That's ridiculous stuff. And I'm a big fan of flashes, Anders. I love a good flash right in the face of the opponents.
It does make things a lot easier, doesn't it, when you're sending your troops in to fight, you know, that flashes that he's actually getting in.
Frustrating. I feel like Vitality at this point are just saying, we'll get them on Vertigo, boys.
Yeah.
Down 11-3 when you're playing the favored side of Overpass, and another opening pick going the way. It looks like Spinks was just going for a dry push towards Fountain. Doesn't work in his favor. He is yet to find any significant impact in this game. 6-12 right now. Wow.
It's really only Cywood that's done anything. Everyone else is at 6 or 5 kills or below. Like, they're just getting no real impact on the game. What a weird... We'll take it. Bolt's going to be dropping Dupree, and now a 5-on-3. They're going to have to call Cywood's number again. Say, can you win us another round? At least get us a 4th one here?
If you would have told me coming into today that the one upset was between these two teams, I would have said, get a grip.
No way. Yeah, I don't think I would have bought that either. So I'm up close. He's got the right idea. And again, it's all about having that mental picture where the opponents are. He does look like he's realizing Jota's close by, but it's not going to make any difference. And what a headshot. Jota just absolutely clearing it out. A 12-3 at the end.
That they're waking up into this series, but as it stands, they are nowhere to be found.
Flash. Kind of Molotov coming out to slow them down. Looked like they might have wanted to go through it. Fallen should have probably had that kill for the 4-on-4 conversion, but not quite going to be able to. He had a second crack at it even there, so missing a couple. Spinks is almost dead. 1 point of health left on him right now. Dupree. So, such a powerful position when you get this close to the A-bomb site. One misstep here on the CT side, and they're going to be dead.
Oh, but look at this push. Oh, what? God. Wow. Although, Vitality, they're making their way to B right now, and there are no B defenders, but Fallen's going to figure that out relatively soon. Taking down Dupree, Bolt's here at the sandbags, and he finds his time to strike. Perfect shot onto Spinks. 4v2, it's all falling apart for Vitality, but Apex trying to bring it back. Double kill for him, but from the heavens strikes Jota.
11
Just
seconds.
Apex, 10 seconds, and it's not going to be enough. Imperial, bring that one back. 15-3.
Ow. Where did that bullet go?
It tagged him. It did 34.
Where did that bullet go?
It tagged him. It did 34. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
It's the barrel. You see the huge spark down there.
Oh, yeah.
That's what put him on 1 health. That's crazy.
God, I love this game. Just those slim margins.
It's so cool, isn't it? Well, 15-3, Maui. We've said for a while that the comeback's not going to be happening, and so far, we're not seeing any real signs of life out of Vitality.
The one worrying thing is that Vitality haven't even shown us anything in this game, and I don't think they're going to in this round. Cello double kill already. 5v3, going down 16-3. Are you kidding me? These are major champions.
Listen, I'm sure they're going to wake up for the second map, but it's been a bit of a rough start for them here in the United States. Apex and Sidewheel left 2 versus 5, and nothing is coming off it. Fallen's starting to get the AWP warmed up, and Apex just left, you know, just cherishing the last moments here on Overpass. Watching the greenery, thinking about the balloons and the ice cream or whatever else is going on. No way to get back into this round at all. It's going to be a 16-3 victory as Imperial shock the world and bring down the major champions in Vitality on the first map at the very least. But what a way to get the day started. We'll see if they can continue this kind of work. We'll be back after a quick break.